It was barely dawn when Olivia's sister-in-law, Vanessa, pulled her car over on a deserted back road outside their small Oregon town. "This is where you get out," Vanessa said, her voice icy. "The house and the business are mine now." Before Olivia could react, Vanessa slammed the door, spat on the cracked pavement, and sped away, leaving her stranded alone and penniless. But instead of fear, a slow, fierce smile crept across Olivia's face. Vanessa thought she'd won, but she had no idea Olivia had already set her plan in motion months before her husband's sudden death. While everyone else saw a grieving widow, Olivia had been quietly gathering evidence, preparing to protect the legacy she and her late husband had built together. The cold wind cut through her coat, but inside, a fire burned brighter than ever. This was no ordinary betrayal, and Olivia wasn't about to be its victim. As the dust settled behind the speeding car, she pulled out a small waterproof case from her bag, gripping it tightly, the key to exposing Vanessa's lies and reclaiming everything that was rightfully hers. The tension hit Olivia like a tidal wave during the funeral itself, just hours after she had said goodbye to Michael, her husband of 15 years. The bitter wind whipped through the small chapel's windows, matching the cold dread that had settled deep in her chest. She barely had time to grieve before Vanessa cornered her in a side room, her tone clinical and sharp. "We need to talk business," Vanessa said, gripping Olivia's arm with nails that felt like claws. "Michael made it clear that Collins Innovations belongs in the family. You'll understand soon enough." Her eyes were steely, betraying no sorrow, only calculation. Olivia wanted to scream to throw the woman out, but she was drowning, struggling to keep herself upright as mourners whispered condolences, and the world blurred around her. She knew Vanessa's move wasn't just opportunism, it was war, and Olivia had to fight back. Michael and Olivia had prepared for this moment. They'd updated their wills, established corporate protections, and secured digital proof of every transaction, every contract, every shady move. Olivia's heart ached, remembering those late nights when Michael had confided his suspicions about Vanessa's recent failures and unexplained withdrawals from company accounts. Now the truth was bleeding through, raw and undeniable. She nodded quietly as Vanessa laid out her plans for an immediate takeover. But inside, Olivia's mind was racing already, drafting the counterattack she'd rehearsed 100 times. She might be a widow, but she was far from powerless. Vanessa's grip tightened. "You don't have a choice." Olivia met her gaze, unwavering. "Watch me." The morning after the funeral, the world felt shattered, yet Olivia's resolve was already hardening like steel. The stark reality hit her hard. Vanessa wasn't just grieving, she was scheming. And Olivia wasn't about to hand over everything she and Michael had built in their 15 years together without a fight. Vanessa's smile, sharp and rehearsed, belied the ruthless ambition Olivia had glimpsed over the years. From the day she'd met Vanessa at a holiday dinner 16 years ago, Olivia had felt the cold undercurrent, dismissive glances, subtle digs about her background, her job, even the way she dressed. Vanessa had always made it clear Olivia was an outsider. Yet Olivia stayed hopeful, clinging to the promise of family and partnership. But hope turned to ash as Olivia uncovered the truth. Months before Michael's fatal heart attack, he had caught Vanessa stealing from the company, embezzling thousands through fake invoices and manipulated expenses. Michael had tried to shield Olivia, hoping to resolve it quietly. They'd spent countless nights gathering proof, documenting every forged signature and fraudulent withdrawal. That quiet preparation was Olivia's secret weapon now. Vanessa had no idea Olivia held an encrypted drive full of damning evidence, locked safely in a waterproof case hidden deep in her purse. She also had the support of their trusted business manager, Claire, who had noticed irregularities and discreetly backed up all financial data. Olivia recalled the last conversation with Michael, his voice thick with frustration but also hope. "We'll fight this together, Liv. I won't let her destroy what we built." The memory fueled her fire as Vanessa pushed forward, acting like the rightful heir to Collins Innovations. She tried to intimidate Olivia with falsified partnership amendments and offers that insulted the years of hard work Olivia had poured into the business. But Olivia saw through the lies. The forged signatures, the fake contracts, it was all a house of cards waiting to fall. As the days passed, Olivia balanced public mourning with private strategizing. She reached out to their attorney, Tom Bennett, and together they crafted a legal counterattack. They prepared to present overwhelming evidence to the FBI, knowing Vanessa's greed would lead her to make mistakes. Meanwhile, Olivia found unexpected strength in the pain. Every whispered insult, every cold look from Vanessa became fuel for her determination. She wasn't just fighting for a company, she was fighting for the legacy of the man she loved and the future she believed in. Late nights turned into early mornings, with Olivia reviewing documents and financial records, piecing together a puzzle that would bring justice. The betrayal stung, but it also revealed the truth: she was tougher than anyone had ever believed. When Vanessa finally realized Olivia was not the broken widow she'd expected, the confrontation became inevitable. But Olivia was ready. Armed with facts, legal firepower, and an unbreakable will, she was prepared to reclaim everything and then some. The day Vanessa made her first move was etched into Olivia's memory with painful clarity. It began like any other morning, a fragile calm hanging over the house that once brimmed with laughter and shared dreams. But beneath the surface, a storm was brewing, one that would test Olivia's strength and resolve to their limits. Vanessa appeared early, impeccably dressed as always, her polished smile masking the venom underneath. She strolled into the kitchen like she owned the place, opening a sleek laptop and shuffling a stack of manila folders with practiced ease. "Good morning, Olivia," she said, voice honeyed but cold. "We have a lot to discuss." Olivia poured herself coffee, hands trembling, as Vanessa outlined a plan to fast-track the business transition, insisting Olivia sign a buyout agreement that barely compensated her for years of blood, sweat, and tears. The offer was a fraction of the company's true worth, a slap in the face. But Olivia kept her voice steady, asking to review everything with their attorney. Vanessa's smile flickered, but she quickly masked it. Throughout the day, Vanessa's behavior became more unsettling. She grilled Olivia about client contracts, company finances, and insurance policies with unnerving intensity. The subtle probing was designed to intimidate and confuse, but Olivia was no longer naive. Every question triggered memories of Michael's warnings, and the evidence safely locked away. The worst came when Vanessa produced a stack of documents titled Partnership Amendment, filled with Olivia's name, relegated to a subordinate role. Olivia's heart sank as Vanessa coldly dismissed her contributions, reducing years of partnership and hard work to mere clerical tasks. But Olivia's spirit only hardened. The forged signatures were almost flawless, but Olivia knew the subtle differences, well, the rounded D in Michael's signature, the slightly straighter S in Colin's signs Vanessa had missed. Then came the threats, thinly veiled but chilling. Vanessa's words cut deeper than any lie. Without Michael, Olivia was nothing. No family, no friends, no foothold in the business world. She even showed Olivia manipulated recordings doctored to make her appear unstable and erratic, a plan to discredit her entirely. Olivia's hands shook not from fear but rage. This was more than theft. It was an attempt to erase her identity, rewrite history, and crush her future. But Olivia had one last card, the encrypted drive containing every scrap of evidence Vanessa had tried to hide. The confrontation climaxed in a chilling scene when Vanessa drove Olivia to a remote signal-less stretch of road. With cruel satisfaction, Vanessa tossed Olivia's phone out the window, leaving her stranded in the cold October wind. "This is where you get off," Vanessa sneered, pushing Olivia out of the car. "The house and business belong to me now." But instead of despair, Olivia felt an unexpected surge of liberation. Alone on that empty road, clutching the waterproof case, she knew the fight was just beginning, and she was ready. Standing alone on that desolate road, Olivia's thoughts raced through a turbulent storm of grief, betrayal, and determination. The cold October wind cut through her thin jacket, but it couldn't chill the fire ignited within her soul. Instead of succumbing to despair, she found clarity, a renewed sense of purpose that transformed her pain into power. In that moment, Olivia realized how deeply she had underestimated herself. For years she had been seen by Vanessa, and too often by others, as fragile, dependent, the business partner's wife. But the truth was far different. Olivia had been a silent architect of their success, the steady hand guiding Collins Innovations through every crisis and breakthrough. The betrayal wasn't just about money or property. It was an attempt to erase her contributions, rewrite history, and destroy her future. Yet the very act of being abandoned on that lonely road stripped away the last vestiges of doubt and hesitation. Olivia was no longer a grieving widow. She was a warrior, ready to reclaim her legacy. Reflecting on the years with Michael, Olivia recalled their early struggles coding marathons in a cramped apartment, late nights, fueled by coffee and dreams. They had built the company from scratch, blending his technical genius with her business savvy. The idea that Vanessa could simply erase that history was ludicrous. With each step toward Miller's gas station, Olivia's resolve grew stronger. The kindness of a stranger offering her coffee and a phone call was a stark contrast to Vanessa's cruelty. That moment reminded her that while betrayal came from within, support often came from unexpected places. Contacting Tom Bennett and her business manager, Claire Olivia, began to mobilize her allies. The encrypted drive in her purse was a treasure trove of evidence, months of documentation that would not only expose Vanessa's theft, but reveal a web of deception far more extensive than anyone had imagined. This shift in perspective from victim to strategist marked a turning point. Olivia understood that her grief was a part of her story, but it would not define her. Instead, it would fuel a comeback built on truth, justice, and resilience. As she prepared to confront Vanessa legally, Olivia also embraced a larger mission to protect others from the kind of betrayal she had suffered. This newfound clarity led her to expand Collins Innovations into cybersecurity, creating tools and training to safeguard family businesses against internal threats. Olivia's transformation was more than professional. It was deeply personal, an assertion of identity and worth that no amount of greed or cruelty could diminish. Standing in the quiet of her office, weeks later, she felt Michael's presence in every corner, a reminder that their shared dreams were alive and that the fight for their future was far from over. In the weeks following her abandonment on that lonely road, Olivia found herself at a crossroads that few could have imagined. What began as a moment of isolation soon blossomed into an opportunity, an opening to redefine her life and business in ways Michael had always dreamed of but never fully realized. With Vanessa exposed as a fraud and the legal battle underway, Olivia turned her focus to rebuilding Collins Innovations, not just as a tech company, but as a beacon of trust and security in an increasingly vulnerable industry. The betrayal had revealed a glaring truth. Family businesses, no matter how successful, were often blindsided by internal threats disguised as loyalty. Partnering with Claire, her trusted business manager Olivia launched a new division focused on cybersecurity, consulting a service designed to help companies detect and prevent embezzlement fraud and data breaches before they could wreak havoc. Their first client was a small manufacturing business that had lost nearly $250,000 over several years to a trusted employee's covert theft. The relief and gratitude from that client fueled Olivia's resolve. She saw firsthand how knowledge vigilance and proactive defense could protect businesses from the devastation she had endured. This new venture was more than a business pivot, it was a mission born from personal experience. Olivia's reputation grew quickly within the Chicago business community as word spread about her expertise and compassionate approach. She began speaking at industry events and workshops, sharing her story not as a tale of victimhood, but as a lesson in resilience and empowerment. Alongside her professional achievements, Olivia found a deeper purpose in mentoring other women, especially those who had lost spouses or business partners. She helped them navigate the complex emotions and challenges of leadership, encouraging them to own their strength and potential. One evening, Olivia received a call from Dr. Lisa Chambers, a widow who had taken over a family-run medical research company and was struggling to maintain investor confidence. Lisa's story resonated deeply. Olivia advised her to let results speak louder than words and to use her unique perspective as a widow to her advantage. Inspired by Lisa's subsequent success, Olivia established the Michael Collins Memorial Scholarship, aimed at supporting young women pursuing careers in technology and entrepreneurship. This initiative embodied the couple's shared belief that talent is universal, but opportunity is not. As Collins Innovations expanded to include cybersecurity services and community support, Olivia transformed not only her company, but also the way she viewed her role. No longer defined by loss, she embraced leadership with confidence, guiding her team and clients toward a safer, stronger future. The scars of betrayal remained, but they served as reminders of the battles won and the resilience forged. Olivia's journey from stranded widow to visionary leader was not just a personal triumph, it was a testament to the power of turning adversity into opportunity. The transformation Olivia underwent in those months after Michael's death was nothing short of remarkable. Once seen as vulnerable and sidelined, she had grown into a leader whose strength was forged in the crucible of betrayal and loss. The journey was not easy. It demanded resilience, courage, and an unwavering commitment to truth. Every challenge she faced became an opportunity to evolve. Olivia immersed herself in understanding not just the technical side of the business, but also the human dynamics that made companies vulnerable to internal threats. She attended seminars on fraud detection, cybersecurity, and leadership sharpening skills that would make her an even more formidable force. Her relationship with her team deepened. She became a mentor, an advocate, and a source of inspiration, especially for women who found themselves navigating the rough waters of business without a partner by their side. Olivia's personal story resonated deeply. Her openness about grief, betrayal, and growth helped others find their voice. The legal battle against Vanessa was a test of her patience and resolve. Olivia learned to balance the emotional toll with strategic focus, leaning on her attorney, Tom Bennett, and trusted allies like Claire and FBI agent Jennifer Martinez. Their support was invaluable, but the fight was ultimately hers. As Vanessa's deception unraveled and the FBI prepared charges of wire fraud and conspiracy, Olivia found herself reclaiming more than just her company. She reclaimed her identity, her purpose, and her future. At the same time, Olivia realized that leadership wasn't just about business success. It was about creating a legacy that honored Michael's vision while building something uniquely her own. This insight fueled her commitment to community and philanthropy, exemplified by the scholarship fund that bore Michael's name. Her growing confidence manifested in bold decisions like hiring Marcus Daniels, Michael's longtime friend and technical partner, as the company's new CTO. Marcus brought fresh ideas and a renewed focus on cybersecurity that would propel Collins Innovations into its next chapter. Olivia's ability to navigate this complex transition showed a maturity and strength that even Michael would have admired. She was no longer the grieving widow she'd once been. She was a visionary leader, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Through setbacks and victories, Olivia's growth was a beacon for others facing similar struggles. Her story underscored a powerful truth: while loss can break us, it can also build us anew, stronger, wiser, and ready to lead with heart. The final battle against Vanessa was more than a courtroom drama. It was a vindication of everything Olivia and Michael had built together. When Vanessa was arrested and charged with wire fraud, money laundering, and conspiracy, justice moved swiftly, an outcome only possible because of the meticulous evidence Olivia had preserved. Standing in Tom Bennett's office weeks later, signing the final papers, restoring her full control over Collins Innovations, Olivia felt a profound sense of closure. It was a moment not just of legal victory, but of personal triumph. The company that had almost been stolen was now in her hands, stronger, more resilient, and with a future brighter than ever. Walking into the office as the sole owner for the first time, Olivia was greeted by familiar sounds, the hum of servers, the click of keyboards, but everything felt different. This was her company now. Every decision, every innovation, every challenge was hers to face. She leaned on Claire and her new CTO Marcus Daniels to fill the technical gaps left by Michael's absence, and together they navigated the complex world of cybersecurity, expanding their services and client base. But Olivia's leadership went beyond business acumen. It was deeply personal. Inspired by her own journey, she forged connections with other widowed entrepreneurs, forming a support network that shared strategies, challenges, and triumphs. These women, strong, resilient, determined, became a source of strength for Olivia and each other. Her scholarship program flourished, giving talented young women opportunities in technology fields that Michael had always championed. Each success story was a testament to a legacy that transcended loss. Olivia's story became one of transformation, from victim to victor, from heartbreak to hope. She proved that betrayal could be overcome, that grief could fuel growth, and that legacy was not just inherited but created anew. The road had been long and difficult, marked by moments of doubt and despair, but Olivia emerged stronger. Her fight was not just about reclaiming a company, it was about reclaiming her life, her identity, and her dreams. As she stood on the threshold of the next chapter, Olivia knew one thing for sure. Sometimes the greatest revenge is not destruction, but creation. And in building something better, from the ashes of betrayal, she had won far more than anyone could have imagined. Betrayal by those closest to us can be devastating, shaking the very foundation of trust and security we build our lives upon. Olivia's story teaches us that even in the darkest moments, resilience and preparation can turn the tide. When faced with deception and loss, it's crucial to hold on to your truth and gather the strength to fight back, not just for justice, but for your own sense of identity and worth. Protecting what you've built means being vigilant, informed, and unafraid to confront uncomfortable realities. Above all, grief doesn't have to be the end of your story. It can be the beginning of a powerful transformation. If you're running a family business or working closely with relatives, take proactive steps to safeguard your interests. Ensure legal documents like wills and partnership agreements are clear, updated, and reflect your true intentions. Monitor financial transactions carefully, and don't hesitate to involve trusted advisors or auditors. In moments of crisis, lean on your support network, but also trust your instincts. Remember, strength often comes from vulnerability and perseverance. Use setbacks as fuel to innovate and grow. Turn adversity into an opportunity to build something stronger and more resilient than before.